More WrestleMania plans are revealed. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Friday, March 4th, 2022. This update is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us. That's Indie with a Y.
WWE.
A new WrestleMania match is now set. Drew McIntyre will go one-on-one against Happy Corbin on Night 1 on Saturday, April 2nd. Pat McAfee will have a match at WrestleMania. That was revealed during Vince McMahon's appearance Thursday on the Pat McAfee Show. Vince would only say he'd find a suitable opponent for McAfee. The other big news item coming out of Vince McMahon's appearance, he announced he will be the one to induct The Undertaker into the WWE Hall of Fame. WWE cut ties Thursday with its broadcast partner in Russia. It's also shutting off access to the WWE Network in the country. Ronda Rousey is set for a match on Friday's SmackDown. She's scheduled to face Sonya Deville. Also, a pair of title matches are being promoted. Sami Zayn defends the Intercontinental Championship against Ricochet, and the Usos put the SmackDown Tag titles on the line against the Viking Raiders. Ilya Dragunov is still the NXT UK champion. He beat Nathan Fraser on Thursday's episode of NXT UK. Also on the show, Mark Coffey beat Shaw Samuels, and Jack Stars and Dave Mastiff beat Pretty Deadly.
AEW.
Friday night's Rampage is live from Orlando, Florida. The TNT Championship will be on the line. Sammy Guevara defends in a three-way against Darby Allin and Andrade El Idolo. Also set for Rampage, a Face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier between Ethan Page and Christian Cage. Plus, Keith Lee will be in action, and Serena Deeb will host another 5-minute rookie challenge.
Impact Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling's Sacrifice special is coming up Saturday night, and more matches were added to the card on Thursday's Impact. Tasha Steelz will get another shot at the Knockouts title held by Mickie James. Steelz won a #1 contender match over Chelsea Green. Deonna Purrazzo will host another open challenge for one of her two titles at Sacrifice. Here's the rest of the main card for Saturday's Sacrifice show. Moose defends the Impact World title against Heath. Heath beat Vincent on Thursday's Impact. Violent by Design's Eric Young and Joe Doring will challenge the Good Brothers for the Impact Tag titles. Bullet Club's Jay White, Chris Bay, and the Good Brothers beat the Gorillas of Destiny. And Violent by Design's Joe Doring and Diener on Thursday's Impact. White pinned Diener. Jay White will face Alex Shelley at Sacrifice. Trey Miguel will defend the X Division title against Jake Something. The Inspiration defend the Knockouts tag titles against The Influence. Cassie Lee beat Madison Rayne in a preview of the title match on Thursday's Impact. Eddie Edwards will face Rhino. Steve Maclin beat Edwards via disqualification on Thursday's Impact. Plus, Jonah versus PCO. Jonah's coming off a win over Johnny Swinger on Thursday. Giselle Shaw and Lady Frost will clash on the Countdown to Sacrifice pre-show. Also on the pre-show, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack. One more match to mention from Thursday's Impact. Masha Slamovich made short work of Rachel Rose. Impact announced the first match for Multiverse of Matches. That's its WrestleMania week show at WrestleCon, coming up on Friday, April 1st. The first announced match is the Good Brothers versus the Briscoes. Myron Reed is now a 3-time world middleweight champion in Major League Wrestling. Reed took the title from Tajiri on Thursday night's Fusion. It was a 4-way match for the title. It also included Matt Cross and Bandito, who made a surprise debut in MLW. Alex Kane held on to the National Openweight title against Calvin Tankman, but Tankman gets another shot on next week's Fusion, with ACH added to the mix for a 3-way title match. Also on Thursday's episode, Casey Navarro beat Ho Ho Loon. Will Ospreay will defend the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship against Minoru Suzuki at Rev Pro's Epic Encounter in London on Sunday, May 22nd.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Saturday night's New Japan Strong has Christopher Daniels versus Carl Fredericks. Also on the show, Finjuice versus Jonah and Bad Dude Tito, and TJP versus Brogan Finley. That's Just Pro Wrestling News for Friday, March 4th. We are in Orlando, Florida for all the AEW events happening this weekend, so make sure you're following us on our social media channels so you don't miss any of our updates. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.